So you're telling me that after 56 years on this planet, I'm just now learning that video games are actually good for my health? Hello, my friend, I'm Lime. Welcome to the channel. I've been gaming since Pong. You know, the game back in the 70s where there were two paddles on either side of the screen and the ball bounced back and forth between them. And you had to connect the little thing that goes to the back of the television onto the antenna jack, and then you couldn't watch TV until you unplugged the game. Man, things have changed. Since then, I've played on almost every console, probably 80% of them, and I've owned a couple dozen myself. Recently, I've been converted to PC gamerism, and I'm loving it. We'll get into more of that a little bit later. Today, I want to talk about gaming as we age, 50 and beyond, and all the goodies that come along with it, both psychologically and physically. Contrary to what a lot of non-gamers think, today's gaming isn't just about button mashing and staring at the screen like you're some brain dead zombie. I mean, there's still games out there like that, but there are a lot of genres that put a lot more thinking into gameplay. I mean, chances are for us being in our 50s, we've moved well past the frustration and rage quit inducing trauma that can be the modern day first person shooter. The remarkable thing about this thought process is that there are actual studies that have been done. In a 2023 study conducted by the Entertainment Software Association, 29% of all gamers in the US are 45 and up. The average male gamer is 35, and a very large percentage, actually the fastest growing percentage, are in their 50s. Of adults aged 45 to 64, 65% report playing video games occasionally. And 40% of men in the 50-year-old age bracket self-identify as gamers, playing at least once a week for a few hours. A 2020 study published in Nature found that playing 3D platform games improved memory, multitasking ability, executive function, visual and spatial skills, and also attention span. The University of California at San Francisco developed a game called NeuroRacer, and players aged 60 to 85 showed significant improvements in cognitive control, a skill which typically declines with age, and continued improving for 6 months after the study concluded. Where normally those things are declining, that to me seems a pretty big deal. AARP found in a 2023 tech and gaming survey that gaming not only improves moods for the aging, it combats shyness, social awkwardness, social isolation, and even improving social skills. Now, in addition to all of that good stuff, and I think I mentioned earlier, those who are in their 50s, it's the fastest growing age bracket in the entire gaming industry. So what does all that mean for us in the perpetually maturing crowd? We won't say aging anymore. We'll say perpetually maturing. That sounds better. I'm telling you, it's nothing but good news. Now, we got to keep it in balance, just like everything else in our life, right? We need to make sure we have a good diet, we're drinking enough water, that we're getting outside and touching grass, that we're doing all the things on the honey-do list, and then we got to make sure that we get out to see Joey's little t-ball game. I'm telling you, the days of us being shamed by the non-gamer crowd, I'm thinking specifically of my ex-mother-in-law, are long gone. Heck, we would, on Christmas break, we would take Rock Band, me and my kids and my wife. Anytime I grabbed the guitar or sat on the drums, she would look at me like, what the hell are you doing? You're in your 40s and you're playing video games. The great thing about it, and I mentioned PC gamerism earlier, I'm an old console guy. And even with the PC games that I am playing, I'm still using a controller for some of them, but I am learning how to use keyboard and mouse. With PC gaming, there are so many fantastic genres that we can get into, even as our gaming skills may slow down a little bit. Games like survival colony building, puzzle games, there are role-playing games, there are turn-based tactic games where you can take your time and plan out your moves, and it's not all about quick reflexes and mashing the right button combo. Of course, there are games like that you're more than willing to give a try. I just think our success lies in the slower paced games. But play what you like, because there are a lot of games out there. Heck, my dad was 86 when he passed, and almost up to the very end, he was still playing Final Fantasy Tactics and Tetris and things like that. Heck, when I first brought my Super NES home, he was playing Zelda more than I was. I'm really excited. I'm going to be starting a new series on specific games that I'm going to review. And the point of these reviews are going to be, is this a game that we as a mature gamer can play? We'll be discussing in-game features, which will help you decide if it's something that you want to try, taking a look at all the different aspects that go into the gameplay of this, and really kind of giving you a pro and con list to help you make the right decision whether you want to pull the trigger on a game that you've been considering. As a matter of fact, if you have a game for me to consider, drop it in the comments below. And beyond that, if you see another comment on a game that you've either played or that you're considering, comment on it. Let's build a community where we can help one another make the decision about where our money goes and which developer we really want to support. There are a lot of good independent developers out there putting out low-priced, solid games that I'm getting dozens, if not hundreds of gameplay hours out of. If you hop on Steam, you'll see nonstop that there's just a constant stream of games. Heck, I've got a library full of about 200 games with a backlog of about 20 games that I bought on sale and I haven't even touched yet. The point is, jump in. There's no shame in it, and heck, it even helps you. Now, if you've made it this far, I really want to say a big thank you. I'm a small channel. A like and a subscribe would mean the world. Of course, I'm not going to ask you for it. I'm just going to mention it. Wink, wink. Hopefully you got a little bit of useful information and maybe a little bit of fuel for your fire against your mother-in-law or whoever it is that's picking on you about your gaming. I'm looking forward to growing a community of like-minded, maturing, fun gamers and provide some insight into the hobby that we all hold near and dear. Thanks for sticking around. Until next time, game on.